The Rhode Island Comic Con!
Welcome to the 2023 Rhode Island Comic Con here in Providence, Rhode Island. My name is David Ciccariella. Well, we're going to see a lot of cool things. Let's check them out. I'm now standing with.
Greg Mario.
And what did you bring to Rhode Island Comic Con?
I brought the entire 90s X-Men crew behind me.
These are the X-Men from the 1990s cartoon.
Yes, the amazing 90s cartoon series, which was huge for me growing up. And I sort of made these for myself, and I got such an incredible response online from the fans that I decided to bring them to Rhode Island Comic Con to share them with everyone. And the response has been wonderful. And it's amazing that we have these here with almost the entire voice acting team behind the series.
Which one took the longest to make?
You know, I would have to say the longest was Storm, because she's got big hair, big cape, big shoulder pads, and she probably took... Cyclops also took a lot of work because he's got a lot of cell shading on his body. But, you know, all of them had their own challenges, but in the end, you know, I think Storm and Cyclops took the longest.
And what are these made out of?
They start off as store mannequins that you would find in retail stores, and then I do 3D prints and foam, latex, rubber, vinyl, leather. The heads are replicas of the Diamond Select busts that people should go out and buy because they're amazing, and we use that as a basis to build the characters on. So yeah, that's sort of how they came to life.
And while they're not here at conventions, where do you keep them?
Right now they were living in my kitchen/living room.
And what do the actors think when they see these?
Oh, the actors have been great. We've gotten lots of great pictures with the actors. Anytime we have a kid come up and take a picture, some of the actors sneak over from their tables and sneak in the photos with the kids. So it's been really amazing to see them interact with their life-size cartoon counterparts, I guess we should say.
Do you mind if I take a quick seat?
Let's do it. Yeah,
awesome,
go for it.
awesome.
Share in the seat of power.
Wow, now I feel like I'm Professor Xavier. I think they're all excited to have me here, the X-Men. These are legends. He did an amazing job making these and bringing them here. These are outstanding. I'm now here at the Migo booth, and I'm with...
Paul, Dr. Migo Clark.
And tell us a little bit about Migo.
Okay. Migo was the number 6 toy company in the 70s. It was the first company to really come out with licensed superheroes. DC, Marvel superheroes, Star Trek, Planet of the Apes. Migo really owned the 70s with 8-inch action figures. That cross-licensed, they were all the same size so that you could mix and match. Your Star Trek guys could go to the Planet of the Apes and fight, and Superman could fly in. So it was really cool. They did playsets, accessories, and every kid who grew up in the 70s had Migos. In the 70s, Big Jim, G.I. Joe, Migo, was all cloth costumes. One standard body that fit everybody. Migo was putting out characters that were very specific to the look in the comics.
How does the new Migos differ from the ones from the 70s?
Migos in the 70s were done with a paraffin type plastic that is just not on the market anymore. So we use PVC, which is what the heads were always made of. They were blow molded so that they were squishy. The new Migos, we've tried to go more injection molding for better realism, because you're not selling to 7-year-olds. We're selling to grown men who expect more detailing, more authenticity. They want it to be screen accurate. So I'd say the new Migos, and whereas Migo in the 70s only did like 4 monsters, Migo now is doing a lot of horror characters like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Exorcist, stuff that old Migo would never have touched. We are doing the 50th anniversary World's Greatest Superheroes. We sent the originals to China, to the factory, so that they made them as close to the originals as possible. We got the original artwork from those. We cleared it through Warner Brothers and got everything done. The beauty of it is, so many years have gone by that the people who are now the decision makers are Migo fans.
Are there going to be different variants?
We always do variants because the fans love variants. In fact, right now, everybody's going crazy because Big Lots has got a line of Superman, Batman, Robin, and Joker that's just now showing up in the stores, and the Batman looks like the 1966 version, TV show version. Superman has the 1941 Fleischer cartoon emblem.
So in front of us is a lot of the new Migos.
Yes, this is the Star Trek, which was a huge hit from Migo in the 70s. We're doing Star Trek Next Generation. We're doing we did some Deep Space Nine, Planet of the Apes. I even did Discovery, Saru, because I watched Discovery and said, this is a great character. This has got to be a Migo. And it's not easy. He's like 8 feet tall. So I had to actually make hoofed boots that would make him taller than all of the Migos.
Do you have a most popular selling Migo?
Well, the most popular selling ones actually have probably been the 50th anniversary World's Greatest Superheroes, because it literally brings you back to being a 7-year-old. And I've actually watched video of guys breaking into tears, grown men crying in the aisles at Walmart because they're remembering their mom buying them that all these years ago. That's what I love.
So what's next for Migo? What's coming up?
Oh, it's next. We're going to be doing Marvel Migos.
Which character are you most looking forward to making for Marvel without any major spoilers?
I'm a big Captain America fan. I love Captain America. I really wish that Migo had done Captain America with the white sleeves and the gloves and a better paint job. The sculptor's actually really good, but with that paint job they did, he looks panicked. But if they want to do the 50th anniversary, great. Then let me do another version.
Now I'm standing with
Frank Wojo. Frank Wojo, representative Migo, and also Absolutely Retro.
fantastic. Now you're here at Rhode Island Comic Con to promote Migo.
Correct, yep. This is actually, I think, our 4th Rhode Island Comic Con, if I'm not mistaken. And the show just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And it's a great event. A lot of fans come out to support Migo. So we enjoy doing the show. It's fun.
Here are some of the original Migos.
Right. This is an all-time favorite of just about everybody. This is The Amazing Spider-Man. You kind of look at it now from today's standards of action figures, you kind of, just a guy in a bodysuit. But I can tell you, in 1978, this was it. Everybody wanted Spider-Man. And it's funny, people come to these conventions and they still want Spider-Man.
What are these Superman and Hulk, and why are they different sizes than
These
the
are the 12-inch Migos that came out about 1978. So Migo did the 8-inch format. They also did the 3 3/4 pocket size heroes, and they were doing some 12-inch figures as well.
Migo's doing the world's greatest superheroes.
Now, we actually were able, just a little while ago, to get more of Green Arrow and Shazam. These are two ones that people really are sought after and still looking for. But these are very, very popular right now. The 50th anniversary, World's Greatest Superheroes.
What made certain characters did not come out in the original line that are in this line.
Correct, correct. We've got Reverse Flash is one of the characters that wasn't originally done back in the 70s. It was kind of a thing of, what if Migo would have come out with those characters in the past? What would they have looked like and that sort of thing. So try to capture that time frame of like the 1976 Migo. So they were a little more in detail and things like that.
Now, I noticed there's a lot of the new ones here.
Yeah.
One of my personal favorites is the new Batman Beyond.
He came out really, really nice. He was a Diamond Comics exclusive a couple years back, but he's kind of like a new version, a newer character that in the Migo format. So yeah.
For people to find out more about Migo or yourself, where can they go?
Actually, for Migo, I would say all of Migo Corp socials. Migo Corp is on Instagram. It's on Facebook, Twitter at Migo Corp. And for myself personally, it's at absolutelyretro.com, actually Absolutely Retro on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well.
Now I'm standing with
Savage.
Savage. And what are you from?
This is my original concept, Devil in Armor.
Oh, wow, this is your original costume. That's amazing. And what are you holding right here?
This is a sword that I made with the pentagram and an upside down cross in the middle.
That's outstanding. And how does it light up? What's the secret?
It's all those power banks that you could power up your cell phones with.
Oh, fantastic. Wow. And how long does this take you to make?
Roughly about a couple of months.
And I'm now standing with
Andy Brescia and the B9 from Lost in Space, or lovingly called Blinky.
he's got Blinky.
Blinky, they like to call him Blinky.
So he's from Lost in Space.
Lost in Space, he is the B9 environmental robot who does not have a name. Not like what, a lot of people, they come, oh, Robbie. No, they weren't friends. They didn't like each other. They even had problems in a couple of shows. So, but B9 is his official NASA name.
Did you make him?
Yes. Put them together and,
Are as follows. First law, a robot may not injure a human being.
he hasn't learned to not interrupt, but we're working on it. Yeah.
So you built him, but he still talks and interrupts you.
He still talks. I know I'm his creator for this show, and there's no respect. We've got some of the original molds still out there. So what you're seeing here today, this is how it was with the show. This guy is exactly what we got.
In the TV show, there was somebody in the robot.
They had two of them. One was the hero, and then one was the regular robot. But we had a person in them because the arms, Danger Will Robinson, which he only said once. One time was the whole sentence, but and one was the one that they would drag around and do the stunt robot kind of thing.
So why do you think he is such a legacy character and people still love him to this day?
Well, first of all, robots, I don't think we're ever going to we love robots, they're animatronic, but like, and I don't want to bring up Bender, but he kind of had a little bit of sarcasm side, and there was times that he just wouldn't take any foolishness from anybody. So, whenever they can talk back and let us know that the humans are kind of stupid sometimes, we love them.
What are these buttons here?
Well, those are his programming buttons, but for right now, they Blinky because he's Blinky, but we got his programming bay in here.
Tell me who these are.
I've only met one person that knew that this is a Sadacon. If I remember right, it was in 2 episodes, but they abducted the B9. They needed him for something really important. I don't know how the alien pod got to be, but it is from outer space, so I thought it was kind of appropriate.
I'm now standing with.
Stinger Driver,
And what are you from?
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe, awesome. One of the best cartoons in the 1980s.
Absolutely.
Cool. And why are you here at Rhode Island Comic Con?
So I'm part of the Finest Costuming Club, and we're here accepting donations for Canines for Warriors. Canines for Warriors is an organization that rescues dogs from kill shelters and trains them as PTSD dogs.
You have some cool things here. Can you grab I don't know what the type of gun that is, but could you grab that and show us? What is that?
This is your standard AK-47. standard issue for all Stinger drivers.
Can you tell me what this is right here?
This is an anti-aircraft gun. This is meant for shooting down the Joe Sky Strikers when they come by.
And how does this work? You just hold it back here?
Yep. Just hold it right back there, and then you just pull the handle.
Oh, wow. So
Yep. There you go.
whoa, I don't want to knock it over, but very fragile, but is very much effective.
Experimental technology.
Now I'm standing with,
Brent Sorensen.
and what booth is this?
This is Brent's Dolls.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I make all these custom made. I have a group of people that help me make them. I have a sculptor. I 3D print the heads and any special parts. And then I have artists all around the country that paint them for me. There's Morton in Pittsburgh, and John and Todd in Pennsylvania, Ron in California, and Richard in Ohio, and Joy makes my custom outfits in Florida. So it's a big group, and I try to do obscure stuff you don't see. Stuff the big toy companies aren't making is what I want to make. I like old comic book ads and stuff from when I was a kid, and just try to spark memories for people.
I see the Odd Couple.
Though that's a pretty new set I did. My friend Dan Roebuck wanted me to make those.
Is that Jack from The Shining?
Yeah, that's him. I only made a couple of him, but he's a neat character.
That's Harry.
Yeah, Harry from Harry and the Hendersons. That was a fun one. I liked the movie. I thought it was a neat character.
And you have Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein's case?
Yeah. Loved that movie as a kid. Just Abbott and Costello were the best. And nobody ever makes Glenn Strange Frankenstein. Glenn Strange doesn't get any love in the toy line. So I did a Glenn Strange version of Frankenstein, which I always really, really liked when I was a kid. And I wanted him to look like in the crate when they brought him into McDougal's House of Wax.
What upcoming figures do you have coming up?
Well, the newest ones are Dracula versus Frankenstein, Dr. Shocker and Igor. And those are actually through our new venture, Monster General Store, officially licensed figures.
So who's the artist that worked on these?
Well, it's Pete Bregman, and he lives in New York City. And he's in the group with Dan and I doing the new stuff. And he's done like the artwork for the puzzles and the horrific Huggables. He has a really neat retro style to make it look like artwork from the 60s.
So it's the artwork cards on the figures.
And then I have a couple different people that have done those. Greg Jensen's done a lot of them, and Tammy Roebuck's done a lot of them.
How can people find out more about your company?
You can go to monstergeneralstore.com to get the new stuff. I have a Facebook page, Brent's Dolls.
Now I'm standing with,
Joe Francasio.
and what did you bring to Rhode Island Comic Con?
I brought this R2-D2 that I built.
You built this R2-D2.
I did, yeah.
How long did that take to make?
Oh God, we joke that they're never done. It's always a work in progress, always adding, upgrading. Like a classic car, always working on it. Of all the droids here, they really range. They can be really expensive. This is on the expensive side, many thousands. But we also have some here that were done on the cheaper side, a few $100s. You know, there's a wide range of resources for building droids these days.
So he's operated through that?
Yep, he's all remote control, and he can drive, and his head spins, and he does like all the sounds you remember from the movies, and he can even wave hi to everybody like that.
What inspired you to bring him, and why are all the other droids here this weekend?
Sure, well, we're part of a group called the New England Droid Builders, and we come here with the 501st organization, the people in the costumes, Star Wars costumes, and we raise money at the conventions for Make-A-Wish, many different foundations and charities, but our whole goal here is to show off what we made and raise money.
Could you name a couple of these other droids?
We have Chopper over here from the show Rebels and the newer show Ahsoka. And over here we have SK. He was one of the droids on the Galactic Star Cruiser that you saw at Disney.
Okay, yeah.
And this is an original droid that one of our members built. It's our Dunkin' Donuts themed BB-8 unit. And this is his debut here at the con.
So what's behind us here? Can you tell me what this is?
Yep, so that's DJ Rex, and he's playing all the music here for the convention and gets the droid dance parties going. Every droid here is built by a different member of our organization, and they all come and operate them themselves, and we all have fun just hanging out.
Okay, and I'm standing with.
This is Gil.
Oh, hey, how you enjoying Rhode Island Comic Con?
I'm enjoying Rhode Island Comic Con so much. There's so many people, so many things to see. We're just having a great time.
That is awesome. Now tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a Star Wars droid and I'm a pilot. But I'm not a very good pilot, so they turned me into a cameraman. I'm doing pretty good at it. It's my first day.
That is great. Now, have you made other friends here this weekend?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, you have R2-D2 right behind you.
Yeah, R2's my buddy. We're good buddies.
He's a good buddy?
I gotta pick my friends wisely.
Hey, R2. Hey, R2, how you doing?
He says he's doing really well.
Oh, he is. That's all. He's a little beat up, though.
I'm translating for him.
He's a little beat up today.
Yeah, well, no, he's in costume. He's from Dagobah, from Return of the Jedi.
Now I'm standing with.
Kamen Rider Punk Jack.
Ooh, and you're a pumpkin robot cat, or what are you?
Kamen Rider.
Oh, what series are you from?
Kamen Rider.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about your costume.
All right, so everything is made out of EVA foam. The helmet, the torso, like everything. The shoulders and the knee pads are made from Plastizo LED EVA foam. I wired up some 12-volt LEDs throughout the helmet, the shoulders, and the knee pads, but they're not lit up right now. And the eyes are made out of clear PETG plastic, 2 layers. 1 layer dyed with blue candy coat. The layer right behind it, I put over honeycomb vinyl over it and super glued it to place.
Well, is this comfortable to wear?
Mentally it is, but physically it's kind of hard to see because 2 layers of plastic.
Now I'm standing with.
John Marks.
And what did you bring to Rhode Island Comic Con?
I built Appa.
You built it?
I did. He's the flying bison from Avatar: Last Airbender. I was able to take the animation and make it 3-dimensional. His body is actually an air bladder, one of those blobs you jump on the lake and shoot your friend across. His head is styrofoam and expandable foam that's shaped and carved out, as well as the horns, feet, and saddle. The internal workings is a wooden frame underneath his neck here and a metal scaffolding under the saddle.
So how long did it take to make?
For him in the background, about 5 months. I later added some of the weapons and the cabbage cart you see behind you there.
What can people do? They can come up and sit on them?
Absolutely. They can get pictures in front. We have a tier where if you just want to spend, like, say, $5 in front, it's right there in front. If you want to be up on top, we have a premium, which is just standard getting up on the top of the neck and holding the reins. If they want to hold on to, say, Momo or some of the weapons, we offer a first class, which is where you also get a boarding pass. And you also get a coin to take home as a kind of commemorative thing. So it's a nice experience if they want to go all in.
So this is the coin.
So what we did was we had taken wooden coins. I had the company logo printed on the back. Oops, right there. And then I had a 3D design printed out so that I could make resin copies so that it has the Air Nation swirl, what do you call it, logo, I guess.
So the reception's been amazing.
It's been good. It's been very, very good. It's a tough competition against all these A-list actors, but we've had a good draw here. A lot of people come down. They really love it. This seems to be a good thumbs up. This is our 15th show this year.
Now I'm standing with.
Dave Morgan.
And what did you bring to Rhode Island Comic Con?
We got something special from Gotham City, the Gotham PD's Joker's Crown Vic. Little add-ons like the Harley Quinn's jumpsuit. We've got a couple more different props. But we do have a new mask for the Joker here. He's not a real one.
We got the new Joker mask, yep.
Yeah. So it was before a little bit more cartoony, a little more Jokerish from the comic book. But this time it's more of a Heath Ledger real mask that really scares everybody as they walk by.
Awesome. So can I take a quick seat
Yeah,
inside?
go right
All right. So I'm going into the cop car that has my pal, the Joker, in the back there. Wow. And what I see when I first walk in here, it's a big steep jump. It's amazing. I'm seeing this car is signed by so many Batman legends.
We get a lot of the people that were from either the movies, the TV shows, or in the comic books and capacity. You get Kevin Conroy. So there's a whole bunch of different creators and artists that were part of making Batman and the whole Gotham experience what it is today.
Now I'm standing with.
Peter Varica.
And what did you bring to Rhode Island Comic Con?
I brought my DeLorean time machine again.
Fantastic, fantastic. So tell us a little bit about it and how do you put it together?
Yep, so I've built quite a few of these. I've done 5 of them so far. This is my personal car that I built about 6 years ago. And we've been back and forth to New York City all this last year doing events for the Back to the Future musical on Broadway.
Now, is this an actual DeLorean?
It is.
So how did you get the DeLorean?
So I was able to find it about 6 years ago in Ohio. There was a guy that had a stock DeLorean, and this was before the price hike, so it was only about $25,000, where nowadays they're more than double. And me and my father split the cost of it, and he was very against me making it a Back to the Future car. But you know, to me, I've always been a fan of the movies, and I was never quite a fan of just the car itself. So it was inevitable, and I have no regrets.
Fantastic. And tell us a little bit about the back area first.
Sure. So mainly in the back, it's a lot of aircraft vintage, parts. There's helicopter parts. There's aircraft carrier parts. And the stuff was hard to find back in 1985 when they made the movie. So trying to find it now is even harder. I spend hours and hours searching eBay for specific part numbers. And once in a great while, you find, a part you're looking for. And for someone like me, it's really rewarding putting something on the car that is the exact model that was in the real car.
In the movie, did they mention that these parts all did something, or it was just there for looks?
Yeah, so the car kind of tells a story. So in the movie, the car runs on plutonium. So this part in the middle is the plutonium chamber, where Doc opens this up and he puts the plutonium pellet inside there. And then on the inside of the car, so in the middle of the car is what they call the time circuits. So you type in what date you want to go to. And the most important part of the car is right behind you. That is the flux capacitor, and that's what makes time travel possible.
So something else you have cool with the car is what else?
Well, everyone remembers a hoverboard from the second movie. And although this one doesn't fly, we kind of rigged it up where at the right angle, it looks like you're flying. Give it a shot.
Oh, awesome. That's amazing. So this is the hoverboard from Back to the Future 2. And I think this is amazing. Whoa! Jeez, let me try again. Jeez. Whoa, man, this is cool. I feel like I'm Marty in Back to the Future 2. Now I'm standing with
Mike Conlon.
And what did you bring to Rhode Island Comic Con?
A 1966 Batmobile replica. Adam West TV series. Probably about 15 years ago. Fiberglass body, and that's what they all have. This one, though, is unique because it's the only Batmobile replica that's actually on a Volkswagen Beetle chassis. And it still has the air-cooled Volkswagen engine.
So let's talk about what's inside the Batmobile. On the show, these would all do something.
Yes. This one, when you push it forward, on the front of the car, a piece would come out and ram the car in front of it. This one, when you hit this, it would eject it past the seat. So when they were trying to steal the car, it would be they wouldn't be able to steal the car. It's an anti-theft button. The lights there operated did a lot of the back computer that tells you what's going on. When you're going fast and you had to go the opposite direction, you would push that. The parachute would come out. Right, they stand right here. The parachute would come out and you spin going the other way.
That's fantastic. And you also have the red bat phone here. And
the commissioner going, and there's a fire extinguisher too.
That is fantastic. Well, thank you for bringing the Batmobile to Rhode Island Comic Con. Now I'm standing with.
Michael Smos.
And what did you bring to Rhode Island Comic Con?
We brought the Jurassic Park Jeep.
And how's the reception been so far to it?
We've been actually really busy. We've gotten a lot of photo ops so far.
What's so special about the Jurassic Park Jeep?
Jurassic Park Jeep is actually a pretty iconic vehicle. It had to be specifically modified for the movie. It's almost one-of-a-kind Jeep. A lot of work goes into making one of these, and it's instantly recognizable anywhere you go.
Fantastic. How old is this Jeep?
This is a 1994 Jeep.
We have some dinosaurs that are on the floor here. Can you tell me about them?
So just little raptor friends just to get the kids involved, and that helps draw them in and have somebody to hang out with you in the Jeep.
If you ask them what their favorite Jurassic Park movie is, do they tell you?
A lot of them are quite partial to the first one, but we've had a lot of kids getting into newer, like the newer ones that just came out. So I'd say it's half and half.
Can I take a seat in it real quick?
Absolutely.
Oh, great. Let's take a look at it.
And we actually made this Jeep to be the one that Wayne Knight sat in and drove around in the movies.
Dennis Nerdly. Wow, that's cool.
Exactly. And we also want to remind you that objects in the mirror may eat you.
Now I'm standing with.
Nick Aurelio.
And what did you bring to Rhode Island Comic Con?
I brought the Ecto 1 mobile containment unit here from Ghostbusters. You know, it's the vehicle here to catch ghosts. So if you need, bring your proton packs, traps, PKA meters, and all your equipment, you want to do it in style, you're doing it in a 59 Cadillac.
What is the original make and model of this car?
The original make and model of this car is a 59 Eureka Coach. So it's GM Cadillac built Eureka Coach body. We got our gurney in the back with our proton packs. You know, got all our equipment on the roof and inside, and even Slimer seemed to jump a ride with us up on top.
So in the original movie, the Ecto 1 was the hearse, right?
A hearse ambulance combination.
Well, that's the only way you can put in all the Ghostbuster equipment.
You need plenty of room. So the gurney gets in the back. You can get your proton packs in. It's able to carry four Ghostbusters and all your equipment. So you need a big vehicle, but low to the ground to get through the tunnels and everything wherever you need to go.
Let's take a look inside if you don't mind.
Yeah.
What do we have here? Can I take a seat inside?
Yeah, sure.
Great.
Jump right in.
So, which Ghostbuster would most likely drive the car?
Winston and Ray usually drive.
Do you drive this car regularly?
I drive this car everywhere. I've been to as far as New York, New Hampshire, Maine. We go everywhere. Wherever duty calls us, we'll drive out there to get there.
Is this a comfortable car to drive in?
It's like driving a Cadillac. It's a boat. It's smooth as can be going down the road, believe it or not. And plus, we got lights and siren. We don't have to stop at red lights if we don't need to.
When you get a ghost call?
Most definitely. We get calls day or night. No job is too big. No fee is too big.
Now I'm standing with?
I'm Agent Hex, also known as Aaron Henderson. I work for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. New England.
And what did you bring to Rhode Island Comic Con?
We brought our truck and a lot of goodies. We're doing charity raffles right now, working with the DV farm up in Gilsum, New Hampshire. It's a veteran-run farm that rehabilitates homeless veterans.
And you have also another agent right here that's in front of the car talking to the people.
This would be our director, Jimmy. He's been the founding member of this group. He brought me and others on a few years after it started.
What makes this Jeep so special?
A lot of love, time, and effort. It's actually, I believe, our fourth vehicle. We've gone through a few over the years. We put a lot of heart into getting them all set up and also making them street legal for when we do events outside of controlled spaces like this.
Now I'm standing with?
Steven.
And what'd you bring to Rhode Island Comic Con?
So I brought my Raccoon City Police Cruiser from the Resident Evil movie game series right here. Cruiser we bring to shows, and we love bringing it to Rick every year, Rhode Island Comic Con. And we just come here. We raise money for different charities each time.
And you're part of the organization as well?
I am. I actually supply all the props, so anything on that wall and also on the table is all mine. They all come from my cosplay from the merchant.
When you come to see the cruiser, you get to take pictures and just have a fun time. We have people inside, outside the cruiser, and just use all these lovely props we have.
Nice. And what's this chainsaw? Tell me about that.
It actually functions, makes noises and all that.
So what's that from again? Tell me again.
So this is from Resident Evil 4. to use the first big boss you fight in the game.
Oh wow.
So I had some fun chasing some Leons around yesterday with my burlap sack on, and it's really, to be honest with you, the love of the game came from playing this from Resident Evil 4. So that's why most of you see here the props are from that game.
I'm now with two characters from Nightmare Before Christmas, and you are?
I am Sally.
And you are?
Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King.
How does it feel to be in an elevator where you're really tall?
It feels like I can dunk a lot bit easier in here.
And awesome, you have a rose with you.
I do. Jack gave it to me on our anniversary.
That is fantastic. And you have your little dog.
Yes, this is Zero. He's been a good boy so far.
Awesome. Well, hello. And here they are. And come on out, guys. Enjoy the con. Now I'm standing with.
Sadie.
And what did you bring to Rhode Island Comic Con?
We have brought Sandy Claus with us this year for holiday photo ops.
That is absolutely fantastic. How long did this whole thing make?
The entire process took about 4 months worth of weekends through the summer to do. We finished up just in time for the show this year. Him and his fancy schmancy 9-foot pants.
Right. And what inspired you to do this Nightmare Before Christmas?
Well, right now we are in a holiday gap right in between the two best holidays of the year. So what better way to kick off both, really, with something a little in between?
What is he made out of?
He is made out of a lot of rods and piping. And if you'd like to have a seat, he'll show you
sure.
what he really does.
Okay, I sit in this chair here between his legs. All right. Wow. He's singing. This is awesome. Wow. Such a beautiful voice. Wow, look at that. Sorry for not moving the microphone to your face earlier. I didn't know you were talking. That is great. This is amazing. I mean, this is a great treat for anybody celebrating the holidays. So get your picture taken with Jack. I'm stuck between two monsters from two different eras.
Yes.
How are you enjoying Rhode Island Comic Con?
Good. Like Frankenstein, like.
And what don't you like?
Living people. I love dead.
Are you living or dead?
I'm living. I'm living.
He's living. Oh my goodness, he evolved.
He evolved. It's a tracheotomy.
Oh no. Oh boy. Very cool. Alien versus Predator, but they're friends. They're friends. Isn't that great? You brought them together. How does that feel?
Friends, good.
And what do you think about fire?
Fire bad.
Now I'm standing with.
I'm Captain Ryan O'Connor with the USS Charter Oak. We're with Starfleet, the International Star Trek Fan Association. 50 years old in 2024. We are, as one of our members would so proudly say, we are the oldest fan association that no one's ever heard of.
Wow, what do you have in front of you here?
So yeah, we have different props, including a tribble that coos, and I don't know if you can hear that on the microphone there, but it vibrates and coos. It likes you. So yeah, it's a nice friend. We can tell you're not a Klingon. So we also have a copy.
Not a Klingon.
Not a Klingon. This is our vessel. This is an Akira-class vessel. We are the USS Charter Oak out of Connecticut, part of Region 15, which is what we're representing here in Rhode Island. Then a few electronics, different gadgets that our good friend Geordie LaForge would have used, because yes, he is here today as well. What's nice about this is it's functional. Now, if I take out the hand wand and I scan your host here, okay, this must not be working because it's saying there's nothing happening. Nothing showing up there. Oh, well, it was working before. It was working before.
And what's this?
So, because you have Gates McFadden here, she played Dr. Crusher on Star Trek. This was what she would have had in her office. This is her computer. This is her hypo spray. So if you were sick, she would just take this and just spray you, and you're miraculously better. And then we just have different computer screens up here showing all the fun stuff.
Well, I'm glad you have all this stuff at Rhode Island Comic Con. Not only show people space travel, but also to hopefully make them feel better too. Now I'm standing with
Ghost Rider, brother.
Ghost Rider. Wow. What brings you to Rhode Island Comic Con?
Vengeance. I gotta clean it up.
And you have your chains?
Yes, I do.
And what's any special powers with the chains?
I can show you instead of I can tell you.
Just tell me.
It'll make you burn.
Ooh.
And I'll give you the pinch and stare.
Wow. And look at you're flaming. You're flaming. You're hot.
I am. I try to be. I try and be.
Ooh, man, I don't know why I did that twice. It's hot. Now I'm standing with.
My name's Ian Chase Nichols.
And you are one of the artists here in Artist Alley.
Yeah, absolutely. Been an artist, professional comic book artist for a long time. I've worked on books like The Tick, Ninja Turtles, Batman, Red Sonja. I just did a Conan cover recently. All kinds of books.
Nice. And what do you have special today?
Today I've got my Conan variant with me, which is actually like I'll show you guys, a wraparound cover where on the front it looks like Conan's battling this monster, but then when you open it up, you can see he's already defeated the monster. So a little bit of a storytelling bit on the cover. And then I'm out promoting my book, Undersea Hero, which is going to be on Kickstarter at the end of this month, probably right about Thanksgiving weekend. If you took the Tick, Aquaman, and the Muppets and mixed them together, it's a lot of fun and goofy superhero comedy.
So when people come up to your table at conventions, what can they get from you?
Original art, sketches. I've got books from my time on the Tick, Ninja Turtles. I have met a couple of folks that were like Power Rangers comics fans. I did a piece for that. That's really it. I mean, and really just talking about comics. I like hearing what people work on or what they like or how they got into comics is always wonderful. Sometimes people, this is their first experience seeing comics. So it's really interesting and really nice to be the person that gets to introduce them to something I love so much.
Well, that was the 2023 Rhode Island Comic Con. I'm glad we got to take a look at what the con was about this year. My name is David Ciccariella. Thanks for watching.
Joker Laugh Productions. Yeah.